I'm good.
Nice.
Good water. Here,
Davide was just saying how relaxed he is.
yeah,
He's so relaxed all the time.
lately, I wasn't. December, I was still like, I want to do something, I want to do something, I have to do something.
Well, that's easy lah.
Now it's a little bit more like. I take
Yeah,
a-
thank God you relaxed.
Yeah,
I know.
because it drives me
There's a lot.
crazy. When you don't.
It can be a lot.
Actually, they are not very bad.
No, good.
The crackers? I know, that's what I'm saying.
You test the olive oil.
Yeah. And you could always, the next time you make them, they'll be different and,
My first time.
yeah.
And I don't follow the ingredients because when I put the paste, it was too much oil in the vegetables. And I have to stop.
All right, cool. We're gonna get started with A Course in Miracles. We're on episode 2 of A Course in Miracles study group.
You can keep the studio here in the studio or no, whatever.
Maybe. I might take them home. Yeah. Because Davide got me roses before, and now the roses are just starting to go to sleep. So I'll replace them with the tulips. Just have wonderful fresh flowers at my house.
Will you be recording?
Yeah,
Are you recording?
already am.
Ok, guarda che sta registrando, ok?
But it's fine. It's all perfect.
Yeah.
It's all perfect. It's meant to be a discussion.
Ok.
It's an open conversation, not a presentation or a performance. Can you tell her that?
Sì, sta registrando, però vuole che la gente parla, chiede domande, quindi comportati così come sembra.
Yeah. We'll just keep working away at it. Try to stay focused, I guess. Will you have pass me my water? Thanks. So we left off last time on miracle principle number 5. So today we'll start on miracle principle number 6. I think we missed, okay. Then we read 2 cameos last time, but I don't remember which ones they were.
I think you did 1 and 2.
Did we read number 2?
I think so.
I think you're right.
I read a lot of reading.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yes. Last time was a lot of reading. Yes, we did read both of them. Okay, I'm just making sure. All right, miracle principle 6. Miracles are everyone's right, but purification is necessary first. Miracles are everyone's right, but purification is necessary first. And then the footnote down here says the quote, purification necessary is not of the body or soul, but of our thoughts. As we see in this line from lesson 151 of the workbook, quote, your ministry, which consists of giving miracles, begins as all of your thoughts are purified. What is meant by this? It's understanding that our thoughts are based on how our ego is relating with the world, essentially, right? So when our thoughts are coming from a source, we'll say, of fear or a perception and a projection of fear, we're not able to truly share miracles, right? Similarly, it can be difficult to receive miracles, right? We know this where if we're trying to share miracles with someone and they seem to really be thinking and experiencing a lot of fear, the miracles themselves can also seem to trigger fear, right? Because miracles are the opposite of fear to an extent, or miracles are a symbol of the love that is the opposite of fear. Does that make sense? Miracles are everyone's right. No one's left out of miracles. But purification is necessary first. Again, purification of our thoughts. This is a mind training course, right? We're not talking about purifying the body. We're not talking about how you have to do anything special, in order to be innocent and in order to be good enough for miracles. It's really just about purifying the thoughts so that we're able to see clearly. Number 7, miracles are a form of healing. They supply a lack and are performed by those who have more for those who have less. Miracles are a form of healing. Again, healing happens in the mind. Are you understanding this? So. Davide can always translate too. Miracles are a form of healing, right? And again, we're focused on healing the mind. We're not worried about healing the body. We're not talking about a miracle is going to come in and heal the body, right? And I'm sure it could happen, but that's not what we're talking about here. Healing truly happens on the mind. If the body seems to heal, it's because healing occurred on the level of the mind, which is creating or projecting any sort of illness or injury onto the body, right?
Yeah.
Miracles are a form of healing. They're a form of seeing clearly, aka healing the mind.
Feeling sincere.
They supply a lack and are performed by those who have more for those who have less. Again, this lack is made up by the mind. There is no lack in reality, right? There's no lack of anything, right? We live in perfect abundance. So this whole idea, they supply a lack, is understanding that that's a lack that we made up, right? And the miracles are built into the system to supply that lack that we made up, right? And are performed by those who have more for those who have less. I want to be very clear here. This is only referring to, let's say, more awareness of love, right? So understanding before, we talked about how no one is more awakened or more spiritual or more enlightened than anyone else, right? All that difference seems to be is a difference in how that person may seem to be more unblocked of their awareness of love, right? So you can't actually block love. Only your awareness of love can be blocked. So when we say they're performed by those who have more for those who have less, we're talking about people who may seem to have more awareness of love's presence at a given moment than another person, right? We are all equally abundant. We are all completely whole. We are all given the same gifts by God, right?
Yeah.
The only difference that seems to occur is a difference in terms of who is more aware of these gifts that they have received. Miracles are a form of healing. They supply a lack and are performed by those who have more for those who have less. Number 8, miracles are a kind of exchange. Like all expressions of love, which are always miraculous in the true sense, the exchange reverses physical laws. Miracles are a kind of exchange. So this is going to follow up, right, with the next one, Miracle Principle 9. So we're going to group these two together, Miracle Principle 8 and 9. Miracle Principle 8, just to read it again, miracles are a kind of exchange. Like all expressions of love, the exchange reverses physical laws, which are like all expressions of love, which are always miraculous in the true sense. The exchange reverses physical laws. And then Miracle Principle 9. A miracle is a reversal of the physical order because it brings more love to the giver and the receiver. Right?
More love in giving than receiving.
Not more love in giving than receiving, but to share a miracle brings more love to the giver and the receiver. Does that make sense?
Quando fai il miracolo, porta ancora più amore a quello che dà il miracolo e quello che lo riceve.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, makes sense. Because both happy.
Yeah, right. Right. Because both are, for a moment, seen in their true state, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. A miracle is and it's a reversal of the physical order, right? So this sentence in here, reverses physical laws, reversal of the physical order, is referring to the fact that typically in the physical world, when you give something, you now have less of it.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
okay, yeah,
So to give something away and you have somehow more of it, is antithetic, is the opposite of seemingly the law of the physical world.
okay,
Does that make sense? So the way it's saying it reverses physical order is because it brings more to the giver and the receiver, right? Whereas typically when you give something away, it only gives more to the receiver, and now the giver has less, right? And we'll see how this is true again, like all expressions of love, right? All expressions of love participate in this kind of exchange, right? This exchange that reverses the physical order. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, it's very interesting. Now, is that what, do you think, is that all that it refers to physical laws, or is there more? Is it like, is there something else, do you think?
So I think miracle principle 9 is specifically referring to, the second half of the sentence. It says a miracle is a reversal of the physical order because
Yeah,
it brings more to the giver and the receiver.
all right, so they're just keeping it simple. And
Yeah,
they're talking
totally.
about the physical things in the stream, yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
And we might learn more as we continue.
Yeah, it's true.
There are a lot of ways where a miracle breaks the pattern. It's specifically designed to break the pattern of how we've gotten used to the physical world operating in terms of, our conditioning, so to speak, we'll say.
Okay,
Yeah, let's continue. Number 10, the use of miracles as spectacles to induce belief is wrong. They are really used for and by believers. A miracle is misunderstood when it is regarded as a spectacle. This sounds very obvious to me. The use of miracles as spectacles to induce belief is wrong. So again, the use of miracles as if they're like some sort of performance, right? That's not the purpose of a miracle. A purpose of a miracle is to genuinely extend a true sense of love, right? And that true sense of love is coming from seeing your brother clearly, right?
yeah,
Really used for by believers. A miracle is misunderstood when it's regarded as a spectacle, right? It's seen as some sort of kind of magic trick,
yeah,
right?
because the ego could play with that.
Totally.
It's like, oh, look what I can do.
Totally. But it washes out the true, it washes out the true purpose of a miracle, which again is as a lighthouse, essentially. It's as a symbol for the deeper love that causes the miracle, right?
Yes.
And the deeper love that miracles come out of, right? So to regard a miracle as a spectacle really calls us back to miracle principle number 2. Miracles in themselves do not matter, they're quite unimportant, right?
Yeah.
So to regard it as a spectacle is making this miracle, right? This extension of love. To regard it as a spectacle is to make it really important,
Okay.
right? When we're recognizing the miracle themselves are not that important. It's a means to an end, right?
Yeah. Yeah, doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
We should be doing this for love.
Yeah, it's just it's our natural state, natural extension of love, right? Whereas a spectacle, doing something for a spectacle might have like an alternate reason behind it. There's a different purpose behind it.
Yeah. It's nice.
Number 11, prayer is the medium of miracles. Prayer is the natural communication between the created and the creator. Through prayer, love is received, and through miracles, love is expressed. Aw, that's so nice. Basically, we get to talk to our creator, and in talking to our creator, we receive love, and we share that love through expressing miracles. We share that love through expressing miracles, seeing our brothers clearly, sharing the love that we received.
Can I say one example of prayer?
Yeah.
When David used to live in Italy with his wife, my mother was in a nursing home.
Yeah.
My sister and my 2 brothers they don't go see her often. She have dementia.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, we are so sad to see her like that. Why? Is your mother go? So I was washing the dishes in the kitchen of APD. I was crying because I asked for a loan to go see her. She was dying, right? And the bank say no, I have no enough credit. So I keep crying and praying. I say, God, I don't know what to do, but you know. Help me. Send somebody to see my mother because she needs love, you know. Couple days after he called me from Italy, he said, Mom, guess what? I found a job in the nursing home where grandma are. And he said, because it was a big nursing home,
Yeah.
500 people, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, they put me in the department where she was.
And I got to work with her.
And
Wow.
he
Yeah.
gonna take care of her. I said, oh my God, thank you. It
Yeah.
was him, it was God.
Yeah.
Because it's in my heart, I was very sad. And he helped me.
Wow.
Yeah, I have another example of a prayer. It works.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And if you think about it, since we're one, right, you receive we all receive the love of God and we all share the love of God.
Not only he sent somebody to see her and take care of her, he sent her favorite grandson because he was his favorite grandson.
Sounds good about me.
No, she loved you because she take care of you when you was little, you remember?
Yeah.
So she get attached to you.
Yeah.
That's it. There's a miracle, right?
Yeah, the pure extension of love,
Yeah.
for no other purpose besides to extend love, right? It's not a miracle, based on the last one we read, it's not a miracle for the case of a spectacle.
Mm.
You're not trying to say, oh,
I'm superior.
everybody pay attention,
I was
I believe in God because look at this evidence look at this miracle, and that's why you should believe in God,
for me it was a miracle.
right?
For me it was.
Totally. Totally. But it's a miracle to you because you already had that belief. You know what I mean?
And because I prayed for it.
Right. Right. You made it happen.
Yes.
With God, you brought it into existence.
Mm.
That's amazing.
You like it?
Yeah, that's a great
You
story.
need to have this stuff.
Yeah,
You
that's
need- You
wonderful.
need to understand. You need not understand. You already understand. You need to know,
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I love to hear it.
Examples.
Yeah, I love to hear it.
And now they say that in this last time, sorry, Don, we need to pray a lot for the government. Because maybe they can change too, maybe they can stop to think about war.
Yeah,
Need
if they
pray
want
for
to.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. I would really just pray that you can see them clearly.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking that anyone needs to change, you're not seeing them clearly. They
No,
don't
I
need to
don't
change
know.
at all.
I don't know how that, like you say, is right.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, instead of praying for those people to change, praying for the government to change,
Mm.
right? Ask God to help you see them clearly.
Yeah. It's
You
the
know.
same thing.
Yeah.
They are confused.
Yeah. But you are also confused. If you're thinking that they are bad, you are confused.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am confused.
That's not a bad thing at all. It's just recognizing that to try and place the blame of confusion on something outside of ourselves when really we are confused.
Yeah,
We don't want to be confused, right? We want to be seeing clearly. And so it's very easy for us to place the blame of confusion on someone else and say, well, they're not seeing clearly, and if only they were seeing clearly, then, right? So we really just instead of anytime we want to kind of pray to change the dream, right? We can instead pray to ask for help seeing the dream clearly, right? Pray for help seeing things clearly, and you'll notice a much greater effect,
Yeah.
a much greater effect.
I've been doing this, I've been putting this to practice,
Yeah.
and I felt an inner peace and tranquility become even more strong in me.
Mm.
And I understand that the free will is there from love. So everybody will get there when they get there at their own time. Nobody's rushed, nobody's pushed.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And it just comes down to a willingness, right?
Yes.
You're willing to help anyone who comes to you for help. Same. That's it. That's all we can offer, right? The willingness to help. And a willingness for ourselves to see clearly, right? If you're seeing them clearly, they're perfectly awakened. That's the truth.
You say awaking?
Yeah.
Awakened.
Svegliati?
Svegliati.
Svegliati.
Svegliati is awakened. Yeah.
That's
Awake.
great.
Svegliati.
Yeah. Okay. That's miracle principle number 11. Miracle is the medium of prayers. Prayer is the medium of miracles. Whoops. Miracle principle 12. Miracles are the effect of thought. Thought can make the lower order or create the higher order. This is the basic distinction between intellectualizing and true thinking. One makes the physical, the other creates the spiritual. And we believe in what we make or create. Right? Let's come down to the footnote. This is going to help us understand this better. Footnote number 6. Intellectualizing is not just engaging in intellectual activity. It is a defense mechanism that uses reasoning to block out emotional stress and conflict. Right? When we're looking at, okay, miracles are the effects of thoughts. So our miracles are coming from our thoughts, right?
Yeah.
However, the thoughts that our miracles are coming from are bless you, are our thoughts of love, right? They are true, they are natural thoughts, right? Not being filtered through the story of the world, right? Or the story of fear, right? Because miracles are fearless, right? To see your brother clearly, you can't be in a state of fear from him or distrusting him, right? To really be seeing someone clearly, you're seeing them as guiltless, innocent, holy, whole, perfect, totally love, and seeing yourself the same way, right? So when we're sharing miracles, when we're sharing these natural expressions of love, they are stemming from thoughts, right? They are stemming from thoughts. They're stemming from the all-powerful creative mind, right? So thoughts themselves, we don't want to get into this idea that thoughts are bad. It's understanding what is the thought being projected through, right? Is it being projected through the lower order, right? As this principle states, is it being projected through the lower order, aka kind of the surface level, the stuff of the world, right? Because if it's being projected through that, that's what it's going to continue making, right? Or is it being projected through nothing, right? Is it just able to be itself, right? In which case it's going to create the higher order, right? And we later understand that the higher order is understanding our true state, right? Spirit as the what's the right word that I'm thinking of? Spirit as the proper identification as opposed to body identification,
Yeah.
right? So you can think about this like if you have a light bulb, right? And then you put something in front of it, the light that's coming out is going to be diffused, right? And it might seem to make some shapes and stuff on the wall. But if you don't put anything in front of it, the light is going to shine against the wall super bright, super clear, right? So again, miracles are the effects of thought. thought can make the lower order or create the higher order. So when we're making the lower order, we're making a projection onto the wall. We're diffusing our light through a story of fear, right? Through a story of separation from the God. Continue. This is the basic distinction between intellectualizing and true thinking. And then understanding down here, footnote 6, intellectualizing is not just engaging in intellectual activity, it's a defense mechanism that uses reasoning to block out emotional stress and conflict.
Ripetito. Intellectualizing.
Yeah, che non sta parlando di come andare a studiare, fare ricerche, non quello. I believe it's almost like trying to understand the things of the spirit or the spiritual through the point of view of
The ego.
illusion of the ego.
Sure. Yeah.
Ok.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
È come che è l'ego che sta cercando di capire o spiegare le cose dello spirito.
It's understanding, it's like it's understanding that intellectualization is a defense mechanism against truth to a certain extent, right? Or in this context, right? We're understanding the intellectualization is trying to again kind of make it make sense from the perspective of body identification, which it never will.
Yeah.
Right? The truth will never make sense from the viewpoint, from the true perspective of body identification.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
As opposed to true thinking, right? True thinking is an unfiltered light shining through us.
Yeah.
Right? Our thoughts are in alignment with the will of God.
Yeah.
Right?
I can explain it.
And ultimately, these things are, each thought in and of itself is meaningless, right? Like we're not here trying to assign a lot of meaning to all of them, right?
Yeah.
But it's just understanding where are they coming from and what are we making or creating with them,
Yeah.
right? Understanding that we can be making miracles with them, and that is the true purpose of thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
One makes the physical, the other creates the spiritual, and we believe in what we make or create. This is a key point, right? This is a really important line here. We believe in what we make or create, right? If you are putting your willpower and your creative power towards something, you're gonna believe in it. You're gonna be like, hell yeah, I made that. I made that. And if you don't believe in it, you are going to try and convince yourself to believe in it, right? Because you just spent all of this time and energy making something. You put so much effort into it, all of these things, right? And so even if you don't really like it anymore, you're still going to be like, oh, well, well, you're going to be consistently convincing yourself of it, right? And convincing yourself to believe in it and to stand by the choice you made, stand by the thing you made, right?
Yeah.
We believe in what we make or create. Does that make sense? Miracles are the effects of thoughts. It's like a miracle. Sharing this extension of love with someone is caused by your thoughts.
Che il miracolo originalmente tutto viene dal pensiero dello spirito. Anche questa realtà qui dell'esistenza fisica. Quindi qui sta parlando che il miracolo in questo libro è condividere l'amore, perché siamo amore. Tutto viene dal pensiero, dalla mente
Non dal
divina.
cuore.
Non dal cuore, no. È il pensiero. Perché non c'è un cuore lì, non c'è un cervello là, capito? C'è lo spirito, però lo spirito pensa.
Nice. Miracle Principle 13. A miracle is a beginning and an ending. It thus abolishes time. It is always an affirmation of rebirth, which seems to go back, but really goes forward. It undoes the past in the present and thus releases the future. This is one of my favorites. Cool. Let's break this down and then we'll continue to the second paragraph here. But sentence by sentence, let's go. A miracle is a beginning and an ending. Right? Awesome. Great. Miracle is a beginning and an ending. It thus abolishes time. Right? So now we're understanding, well, okay, cool. They're telling us about miracles, and why is this important? It abolishes time. How does it do that? Because it's a beginning and an ending, right? It's a start and a finish, right? And for a start and a finish to occur in the same moment, time essentially collapses, right? So a miracle being a beginning and an ending, right? As opposed to a beginning existing in time and an ending existing in time. A miracle, right? This true expression of love is a beginning and an ending in one, right? And so we're essentially collapsing that time, right? And when you think about it, a miracle being a true expression of love, sharing with your brother how you are and that you are seeing them clearly, as they truly are, as spirit identification, right? It makes sense that this would abolish time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because time exists here, this
Right.
reality here.
Right.
We give it power to the thought of time,
Right.
but then the reality is it's just the present, always
Right.
has been the present. That's so cool. It took me a while to understand this one, the whole time thing.
The time thing.
Yeah, it took some time.
It took willingness. Yeah,
Willingness.
willingness. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a beginning and an ending. It thus abolishes time. It is always an affirmation of rebirth, which seems to go back but really goes forward. This is an idea that will come up later too, a number of times, right? Is understanding a miracle is an affirmation of rebirth, right? It's giving yourself a moment of being born as yourself again, right? Like you've heard of people who are born again Christians, where like halfway through their life they find Christ. Is that what that's talking about, right?
Not 100%
I
sure.
want to Google
I
it.
gotta do research about that, but I feel like yes.
What's a born again Christian? Yeah, someone who has experienced a spiritual rebirth or regeneration in the spirit. Nice. Great. Okay. Yeah, so affirmation of rebirth. So it's understanding like, oh, in this moment, in this now, right? You are made, you are created the perfect Son of God, right? You are created now, in this moment, as the perfect Son of God,
Wow.
right? You don't have to do anything for that. You just see it clearly. You just have a willingness to see it clearly. So when you're sharing with someone else, you're a perfect Son of God, right?
I feel goosebumps.
That is an affirmation of rebirth. That is an affirmation of their creation, right? Their true creation, not what they make themselves out to be, right? Not what they made themselves in the story of the world, right?
Yeah.
Which seems to go back, but really goes forward. So it's always an affirmation of rebirth, which seems to go back, but really goes forward. What this is referring to is understanding that rebirth and this idea of, oh, they use a specific word for it in another chapter, but regression, right? So when we think of regression or like going back to our childlike nature or going back to our state of infancy, right? That would be regression. If someone is regressing, right? They're going back to a younger state, a worse state, some of these things, right? Like say someone's healing or recovering from something and then they're regressing, right? They're going into a worse state.
The idea of like
Right.
restarting from zero.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas when we look at regression, when we look at rebirth, right? Again, understanding the connotation with that is that it's gonna, oh, we seem to be going back to who we were before, right? But in the process of going back to who we were before, we are really moving forward in this whole process of atonement, in this whole process of undoing the lie of separation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not regression in the sense of oh, you're going back to what was worse, or you're going back to your childlike ways, or anything like that, right? But it's understanding, or rebirth. It's not that you're going back to this infancy situation, right? Which again would have the connotation of, oh, it seems to be going back. We seem to be going back to that state, right? When in reality, this whole process of rebirth, this affirmation of rebirth, right? The process being the miracle, right? That is inspired by love. Seems to go back. The whole thing is really moving us forward, right? Moving us forward.
Wow.
It undoes the past in the present and thus releases the future. Undoes the past in the present and releases the future. Undoing the past in the present, it's undoing the belief in separation, which was a thought that seemed to occur in the past, right? We're bringing forgiveness to the past, right? Forgiveness to this idea of separation, forgiveness to body identification, understanding nothing need be forgiven. We see it clearly and it's not real, right? So illusion falls away. So we undo the past in the present. We forgive the past right here, right now, thereby undoing it, giving it no power, right?
This is beautiful because so many of us decide to live and like be stuck in the past of problems of the past, and they continue to relive the past. It's like it's move on, because or else you feel like you create a prison for yourself there. The past is the past. What happened happened, you know. So this is beautiful because like just see it truthfully,
Yeah,
get released for the people who like to linger there in the past.
yeah,
You know, it's like, oh, I wish I
totally,
would have done this, or I wish I didn't do that. You know, it's
totally.
like just
They don't forgive.
yeah, some people can move on from it.
Yeah. And forgiveness here, we're not saying, oh, I did that bad thing in the past, but I forgive myself anyway,
Mm,
right? We're saying, I didn't do anything bad. Everything that happened was totally perfect, right?
yeah.
We're understanding there's nothing wrong that has ever happened except how we saw something, right? So when we talk about forgiveness in context of A Course in Miracles, we're talking about seeing clearly that nothing need be forgiven. Nothing need be forgiven. It is all perfect.
The way it is.
Everyone is still totally innocent, totally whole, right? Guiltless, shameless, perfect sons of God, right?
Yeah.
So when we talk, so I just wanted to clarify that when we talk about forgiveness, when we talk about, again, undoing the past, right? What we're forgiving or undoing, right, is this lie of separation ultimately, right? When we're seeing someone clearly, we are undoing the belief in the lie of separation, right? And thus releases the future, right? We're releasing the future from this lie of separation.
What does that mean?
So when we're
Future.
releasing the future, so understanding that if you are believing the lie in separation and it remains there, your future is going to keep being projected through that lens of separation.
Mm.
If you are undoing the belief in separation, you utilizing the tool, right, of miracles, your future is released,
Wow. Okay.
right? But basically understanding that again, because we believe what we make, we believe in what we make or create. If you believe that you're separate from God, that's what you're going to make and create.
That's your future.
That's your future,
Yeah.
right? Or if you believe yourself to be one with God, that's what you're going to make and create.
Yeah.
However, the future does not need to be released from being one with God. That is its natural state, right? We do not need to be released from being one with God. That is our natural state, right?
Yeah.
So understanding that we are releasing ourselves from the prison that we made of belief that we could be separate from God. Cool?
That's great. Yeah.
Let's read the whole thing again. A miracle is a beginning and an ending. It thus abolishes time. It is always an affirmation of rebirth, which seems to go back but really goes forward. It undoes the past in the present and thus releases the future. Undoes the past in the present and thus releases the future. Paragraph 2. Yet there may still be one more thing, your fear of punishment for what is done now. Everybody makes mistakes. These errors are completely trivial. When the past has been forgiven, these minor infractions are very easily altered. Jesus is saying we have a fear of punishment for what we fuck up right now. I mean, mess up. Whoops. But we mess up right now. We have a fear of punishment, right? We're afraid, like, oh, if I, sure, a miracle, sure, I could be forgiven for what I did before, or we could undo it somehow, or whatever, mumbo jumbo, But what if I mess up right now, right? What then? Understanding again, you're going to believe in what you make or create, right? These errors are completely trivial. Trivial. Don't even worry about it. Because again, the error is not in the mistake of action, right? Your fear of punishment for what is done now. Everybody makes mistakes. These errors are completely trivial.
Mhm.
Understanding that,
Non importanti, non devi dargli
Yeah.
troppo peso, è importante.
these errors are completely trivial. Understanding that any errors that seem to be occurring are happening on the level of perception only.
Yeah.
The level of perception only. When the past has been forgiven, aka when we correct our perception of our belief, right? Of separation from God or not separate from God. When the past has been forgiven, when we see that nothing need be forgiven, it's much easier to see even now in this moment of an error that it's much easier to see it clearly, right?
Yeah.
These minor infractions are very easily altered, right? We can very easily see them clearly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like the old way of thinking could still linger and say, oh, now I've done this, now I'm not in the favor of God, or I've lost the favor, or I'm lost again.
Sure.
But you can just bring it back in the present, since I've been forgiven in the past. I'll be forgiven again, and there is no need to forgive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when.
So again, we're correcting the error of perception,
Yeah.
not the error of action.
This is very important because in growing up with a certain type of religion belief, I felt like there was a lot of guilt, a lot of judgment. So this is beautiful
Yeah.
to hear that
Yeah.
there's like, no,
There's
God never
no
judged
guilt.
you.
Yeah. There's no shame.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it's
And if you do notice it, just recognize that you're making it,
yes,
right?
I did.
Oh, I'm making it. Huh. Is that what I want to be making? Is that what I want to be projecting my all-powerful creative mind light through and therefore be making?
It feels exhausting.
Yeah.
There's
Feels
so
really
disappointing.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
because it's not natural.
Mm.
It's not natural to you to be projecting guilt and shame and fear.
Exactly, because the nature of us is love, and love does not do that. So it's unnatural, like you said.
Yeah. It's going to be very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
These errors are completely trivial. I love that. These errors are completely trivial. Don't worry your pretty little head about them, Jesus says. He didn't write that, but he said it in my head just now. Okay, cool. Undoes the past in the present and thus releases the future. Ooh. I love this. And this is the first time this is the first principle, number 13, where we really talk about how miracles abolish time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Basically, miracles are part of a process of speeding up time,
Yeah.
right? And abolishing time. Miracles are part of a process of speeding up time.
Come cambia il tempo, lo fa più veloce o lo annienta come, come che non fa, il passato e il futuro per me sembra che non esistono e sei nel presente, adesso,
Yeah.
qua.
Davide, maybe I should just have you translate for everyone and we can have a English and Italian version.
Se no ti spiego bene.
No, ho capito. I understand.
Okay, so again, miracles are part of a greater process of speeding up time, understanding that the purpose of time is for learning, right? And so miracles being a very helpful tool for learning, right? For us as one sonship of God. Yeah, miracles are a part of the process of abolishing the need for time, right? Because as we all learn, once you learn something, you don't need the learning material anymore,
Mhm.
right? Once you know something, right? Okay. Let's go to principle number 14. All miracles attest to truth. Cool. They are convincing because they arise from conviction. Without conviction, they deteriorate into magic, which is mindless and therefore destructive, or rather uncreative use of mind.
Hmm.
So fun. All miracles attest to truth, right? So a miracle is never going to come out of a lie of separation. A miracle is never going to come out of a story of fear, right? Miracles are pure expressions of love. They are convincing because they arise from conviction. Let's find a definition for conviction really quick. Conviction, a firmly held belief or opinion, right?
Yeah,
She takes pride in stating her political convictions, is the example.
convinced.
Conviction, they are convincing because they arise from conviction, right? They're arising from a firmly held belief or opinion, right? It's where miracles are coming from. Understanding that for a miracle, since a miracle is an attest to truth, they're stemming from, again, let's go back here to Miracle Principle 7. They supply a lack and are performed by those who have more for those who have less, right? They are convincing because they arrive from conviction. So when we plug these two together, we're understanding that they're performed by those who have more conviction or more of a firmly held belief of truth. Again, all miracles attest to truth. So they're convincing because they arise from conviction. They supply a lack and are performed by those who have more conviction, right? Or more of a firmly held belief in truth for those who have less conviction or less of a firmly held belief in truth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They are convincing because they arise from conviction. Without conviction, they deteriorate into magic, which is mindless and therefore destructive, or rather the uncreative use of mind. So when we talk about magic in terms of A Course in Miracles, we're understanding that we are in the process of magic, we are basically giving away our all-powerful creative mind. We are giving away our willpower and assigning it to something outside of ourselves and saying that that thing has the magical properties.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So without conviction, so if I'm sharing a miracle or a truth, right, or a natural expression of love, but I lack a firmly held belief in that truth, I'm basically trying to tell you, here's a magic trick you can do to help you feel better, right? So for example, if I'm saying, oh, well, you're not really a body, so you don't have to worry about that stuff, right? Like if it lacks conviction, you're like, okay, so, if I do this magic ritual or if
Yes.
what do I have to do in order to essentially feel better here, right? So understanding that a miracle when it's lacking conviction, right?
I really quick, something comes to my mind.
Yeah.
We'll see if it ties with this or not. But I remember some people say something repetitive, and I asked them once, "Do you know what it means?" And they're like, "No, but if you do say it, it'll help you." Is there something along like that?
Yeah.
So like you say something, we don't really know or understand or convinced
Right.
what it says or what's the meaning,
Right.
we understand it, but they're like, "But I heard that it helps."
Right.
Is there something like that?
Totally.
Okay, cool.
So this is kind of like how my friend tells me the other day, and he's like, I think the moon really affects me. And I go, oh, why do you think that? And you can tell that he's thinking, he's like, why do I think that? You know? So it seemed like, again, assigning the moon this magical property. The moon is what affects me, as opposed to the true place of power is from this all-powerful creative mind that we have. So again, the magic here, so to speak, is giving away his creative power to the moon. And he doesn't even know why. He believes that he doesn't even know why he's doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Um, so again, it was lacking conviction, right? What he was sharing, he didn't really have a firmly held belief that the moon has power over him or what, so it was anyway. Which is great. That's perfect. Even if the moon did have power over him, that would be perfect too. Right? Like nothing is wrong about any of this. It's just understanding that these are great opportunities for learning. Right?
They say the moon influence, even when you plant vegetables, you need to find out if the moon is galante o crescente, come si dice?
Waning or waxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a fun story.
The moon has effect in the planet.
If you, if you want it to.
Even the children, they born with, I don't know if it's full moon or
Sure.
no full moon. Affect the earth.
Yeah. But again, we made the moon. We made it up. So anytime we're saying that something affects us and we're saying that we didn't make it up or we didn't give our power to the moon for the moon to affect us, which is what really happened, right? We are deteriorating our creative potential. So that's what the next line says, right? So without conviction, right, these things deteriorate into magic, which is mindless and destructive, rather the uncreative use of mind. So again, when we're giving away our creative power and not acknowledging that it's coming from us, or when we're basically pretending that something else has power over us, and we're not acknowledging that we gave it that creative power, right? It's an uncreative use of mind.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense, Mama?
I know.
Davide can help too.
It is. It is to explain English with these human words.
Yeah.
So, in poche parole, dal punto di vista dello spirito, tu capisci che la luna non ha un effetto su di te. Capito?
Oh,
Capisci?
yes,
There you go.
yes.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Davide.
Patience is better stable.
No,
No, Mom.
never.
No, it's because I need the
No.
translation.
It's
okay.
perfect.
There might be, who knows, an Italian person that listens. You never know. This is all helpful, what we're doing.
This is helpful for me
everyone.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
I
know?
for everyone.
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy you're here. You can come anytime you want to come.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Oh, so let's bring this back. So we kind of got a little sidetracked. We were just talking about understanding that magic is when we give away our creative power, right? So when we give our creative power to the miracle itself, right? The miracle itself deteriorates into magic. So when we say the miracle has power over us, or the miracle has power to do something, right? On its own. Because it's lacking conviction. So if it's lacking conviction, it's lacking kind of that solid belief within ourselves, right? So again, it's still coming from thoughts, right? But it's lacking that that true will behind it, that true creative power behind it,
Yeah.
right?
So when they talk about magic, they're talking about like a trick, magic trick, like a showy display, or
Just like what we were talking about before, where we're saying that this thing outside of myself has creative power
okay,
that I did not give it, right?
okay,
So without conviction, we're saying, oh, the miracle is the thing with creative power, as opposed to the truth and the love coming through me as a miracle is what has power.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if the miracle is coming from truth and you don't believe that truth truly, the miracle is wishy-washy,
Yeah.
right? So it deteriorates
Into magic.
into magic. Again, magic, understanding it as something where we're assigning power to something outside of ourselves.
Oh, okay, so that's what they mean. Okay.
Does that clarify things?
Yeah.
Which is mindless and therefore destructive, or rather the uncreative use of mind.
Okay. I just kind of wanted to see the definition of the word magic.
Yeah, what did it say?
Hold on.
I can pull it up on here
thank
too.
you. I'm sure there's quite a bit tied to that word magic. So I was just trying to.
So many things.
Man,
Yeah, the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces.
All right.
Used in magic or by working magic, having or apparently having supernatural powers.
Okay.
So again, we're giving the miracle supernatural powers. The miracle itself is meaningless, right? It's, well, not meaningless. The miracle itself is unimportant, right? The true power of the miracle is coming from the truth and love that inspires it,
Yes.
right? It can also say wonderful or exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure it took a lot of meanings over time, the word magic.
Right.
So I just wanted to see
Totally.
a few words to understand better.
Totally.
All right. Very interesting.
And again, it's saying that this is mindless and therefore destructive, or rather the uncreative use of mind.
Mm.
Again, because we're giving our creative power away, right? So now our mind is uncreative because we just gave our creative power, our power of creation, away to the miracle, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand this one.
Che invece di concentrarti sul perché stai facendo il miracolo o vedere le cose per come stanno veramente, quindi tu sei amore e quando tu offri e estendi il tuo amore genuino, vero, alle persone, quello è il miracolo, o vedere le cose chiaramente, quello è il miracolo. Ma se tu invece ti concentri sul come stai facendo, come se riesco a far capire una verità a qualcuno usando qualcosa del genere, giusto? Un modo, e la gente ci concentriamo su questa cosa qui, su una cosa, su come arriviamo alla realtà, alla verità, invece dell'azione perché l'hai fatto e che siamo arrivati alla verità, ma ci concentriamo su una cosa like, wow, allora stiamo perdendo l'obiettivo, capito?
Wow.
Yeah. In my mind, this makes sense, but I'm trying to
Yeah, that's okay.
You understand it? Yeah.
Well, we can come back to it
Yeah.
too. Like we can talk about these things over and over until we all understand them. That's the whole point of this learning.
Yes.
These concepts are going to keep coming up.
With the time one.
We're on page 9 out of
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see
Take
this.
some time. Right.
100 years?
100 years.
Oh, that's exaggerating.
It's not time.
So we're understanding miracles attest to truth. They're convincing because they arise from conviction or a firmly held belief in that truth that they are attesting to. Without conviction, without that firmly held belief in truth, they deteriorate into magic, right? Understanding that we are assigning the miracle to supernatural powers. which is mindless and therefore destructive, or rather uncreative use of mind, right? We're giving away the mind's creative power. Yay!
It's like we need to focus on why the miracle is shared. It comes from the love.
Yes.
And naturally.
Where is it truly coming from?
Yeah, because if we focus on when
How it's coming through.
how it's coming through to trying to teach or convey the thought into truth, right? And we get focused on like on how we do it, then it becomes that magic. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's not important how.
Yeah,
It's important that we understand.
right.
You know, yeah,
And where it's coming from, that firmly held belief that it's coming from.
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Nice. Perfect.
Good.
Oh, nice. Miracle Principle 15. Each day should be devoted to miracles. Time was made so you could use it creatively and convince yourself of your own ability to create. Amazing. Time was made, we were given this so that we could understand our own creative ability. And again, we believe in what we make or create, right? Okay, coming back. Convince yourself of your own ability to create. Time is a teaching device and a means to an end. It will cease when it is no longer useful in facilitating learning. Awesome. Each day should be devoted to miracles. Each day should be devoted towards your natural expressions of love, seeing your brothers clearly. Simple. Every day is the same. Every day has the same purpose. To see this world clearly, to extend love clearly, right? To extend your true nature, your all-powerful creative mind clearly, as opposed to extending your all-powerful creative mind through the lens of a lie of separation from God, right?
I'm thinking how we become like this, separate from God, because we are.
No.
We were
We
separate.
think we are.
Yeah.
We thought.
But like people, we behave sometimes that we are separate from.
Yes.
But we're not.
Sure.
No, I'm not. Why we become like that? Why?
Yeah.
For learning.
Huh?
For learning.
Just because we were confused.
Mm.
That's it. That's it. Well, if you're confused and you don't know that you're confused, you can't fix anything. That's like a little kid. One of my favorite examples of this. It's like a little kid who thinks that water comes out of the sink. Who thinks that water comes from the sink,
Yeah.
right? In the same way, we think that love and safety and all of these things come from the world. And it takes
From where?
come from the world.
Oh, no.
In reality, it takes a gentle teacher, or like for the example of the child, it takes someone to gently teach the child water does not come from the sink. Water comes from the ocean and the sky, and it's all around us, and it's in the air, and comes from the pipes and underground, and the lakes and rivers and streams. That's where water comes from. And then it goes to your sink, right? So we have the same sense where in this world, right? In this idea where we need love and safety from the world, right? That's what we imagined, right? Again, because we seem to have a thought that we were separate from God, and we seem to believe that thought, right? Or give that thought creative power, give that willpower to that thought, right? Make that thought meaningful. So we have a gentle teacher, right? To teach us that water does not come from the sink. Love and safety do not come from the world. They come from God alone. And they are available to you at any time. Right? So it's just like we're just little kids confused about where these things come from, right? Because we've seen them in the world, just like how a little kid sees water come out of a sink. Does that help? Does that clarify? So we're not imagining ourselves to be separate for the sake of learning, right? We imagine that we were separate, we believe that we were separate, and in the same moment as the course will describe for us as we continue, in the same moment where we thought that we could be separate from God, God introduced all of these things to help us remember that we're not. Yeah. Super beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. So wonderful. Yeah.
It is love, true love.
Yeah. So we
From
have,
God,
yeah, and total acceptance.
But how long are you gonna take to understand? Because the human
It's gonna take less time.
Yeah,
is here for a long time, and we still don't get it.
well, we think it's been a long time.
No, gli umani sono qui da molti anni.
It's always the present. I know, Mama. It's
Nonetheless, understanding that time, this is what this is talking about, right? So you're understanding how much time is it gonna take,
yeah,
right? Time was made so that you could use it creatively and convince yourself of your own ability to create, right? So understanding that the purpose of time was for you to understand your gift, your creative gift that God gave you to create, right? And in creating, we recognize that we believe what we create. And in recognizing we believe what we create, we recognize that we created the idea of separation. We made the idea of separation. So the next sentence is
yeah,
time is a teaching device. So you're saying, how long is it going to take? As long as it takes to learn.
yeah.
The purpose of time is not punishment, right? The purpose of time is a tool for learning. It is a teaching device, right? It will cease, time will cease when it's no longer useful in facilitating learning, right?
Can I say something really quick about the time?
Sure.
Instead of looking at it like, oh, when's it gonna, like, when are we gonna get to the truth, right? Look at it as God is being patient with all of us. Take all the time you want.
Take all the time you want.
Yeah,
And also recognizing you can make it take less time.
yeah,
If you're sick of how long it's taking, if you're saying, when are we gonna learn this stuff, use the time wisely,
change understand.
right? Use the time wisely in all of your time, every day. In every moment, you have the opportunity to bring your willingness into learning. Does that make sense? All the time, every day. Every single moment of every day. You have the opportunity to bring your willingness to learning, which is the purpose of time. And the more you learn, right? The clearer your conviction, your firm belief in truth, right? The clearer your conviction in love, in the love of God, right? The greater your willingness to share miracles, right? Which again, abolish time.
And when I forget to do that every day, and I feel, well, I get like, I forget in a way, like let's say I have to go to work, and during work, I forget to do these things. But there's a moment that I just feel like this is,
Something's missing.
yeah, something.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
Because it is missing.
It's all vanity, chasing around the things of the physical.
Yeah.
So I go outside for just a moment. I look at the sun, and then I'm reminded,
Oh.
God, Jesus, please help me understand. So when you forget, you'll get that moment during the day, of clarity. It's like, what is this physical thing that we're doing?
Right.
And just ask,
Yeah,
help me to see clearly, help me to remember the truth.
Yeah.
And then just like that,
yeah, but
we speed up the whole time teaching.
we
Right.
need the physical things too.
It's a circular, that's referred to as a circular miracle, where
Oh.
you're bringing the correction of mind to yourself. Circular miracle, right? Because you're giving that gift to yourself of awareness and of seeing yourself clearly for a moment.
Wow.
You're bringing the forgiveness to yourself, the undoing of the lie of separation to yourself.
Circular miracle.
Mhm.
All right.
So these are very helpful for, again, this stage of correcting the mind, right? As we were talking about before, purification of the thoughts, right?
Thoughts.
So you're recognizing like, oh, let's clean this up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's getting murky.
Yeah, because
I'm having trouble seeing my purpose today.
yeah, with time I just have that feeling like I'm getting less interested in, sports and watching a movie or,
Were you ever interested in sports, Davide?
not really.
Yeah. Trying to make it relatable.
Okay. So
No, it's okay. Yeah.
I was interested in the go to work, get some money, build your future, build your dream, and that kind of stuff. But now I see it's like,
Yeah, you could be
mm,
doing anything.
yeah, it's just
You
like
can
that's
bring,
not the real
yes,
thing in my life.
you
And
can bring
yeah,
true expressions of love and miracles to anything that you do,
yeah,
anything that you do. And it's natural as well to just want to do this all the time
yeah,
because it is our true state of being, right? We're recognizing what did we assign value to? We're recognizing we assign value to way different things than the things that are actually valuable, right?
yeah.
So you're noticing a correction on the level of what do I want?
Yes.
I didn't know what I wanted before. Now I know, now I have a better idea of what I want.
Yes. Exactly.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, ma dobbiamo sempre fare qualcosa per sopravvivere. Everybody does.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Seek the kingdom of love and everything will be provided.
How do you work? See?
Yeah.
You're here every day, do massage.
I'm extending the love of God and I'm dreaming that I get paid for it.
Yeah, I know, ma you need money in the end of the month to pay the rent.
For now, this is what we've decided
Yeah.
that the dream looks like. One day the dream is gonna look very different.
I know.
Yeah.
But for now,
For now,
Sure. Cool. That means it's perfect for everyone involved.
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's still something to be learned.
Understanding that even this idea of money, right? Oh, we seem to be imagining that we need money to pay rent, to pay our bills, to be okay, all these things. That last part, cool, get the money, pay your bills, pay your rent, all these things. Understand that you are okay no matter what.
Yeah, yep.
Money is actually not at all necessary for you to be safe, for you to be whole, for you to be perfectly taken care of. Right?
Does the little bird think about money?
no.
No. And he is fed. And he has a little house. And he's got everything he needs. Right?
Yeah.
You remember that story?
Yeah, but because God gave him the knowledge, the intelligence.
Yeah.
He know what he's doing.
Right. And
We
so
have-
just like how the little bird knows how to collect sticks, you seem to have the knowledge and intelligence as a gift from God to know how to collect money and then turn it into sticks and build a house. That's crazy. You can turn money into food? That's amazing. That is a really creative gift.
See, if it was a perfect world, we don't need the money.
It is a perfect world even with money.
What?
It is a perfect
Yeah.
world even with money.
Yeah.
Money is not bad at all.
This-
Money is totally neutral.
What we have now. But if you think about, we don't need the money. If it was perfect love in this planet, we
Yeah.
don't need the money.
No.
Yeah, but we could
Right.
still
Doesn't
have it.
exist, yeah.
We could still have it. And we could not. And that would also be perfect. Either way, it's a perfect world.
Yeah. Yes.
Either way, it's totally perfect.
Yeah.
If we're thinking that something is wrong with anything happening in the world, the true error is how we're seeing things. Nothing is wrong with money. Money is totally neutral. Totally neutral. If you're giving your power to money,
No.
you know what I
The
mean?
love of the money is what is danger. If you love the money too much, you want too much, even if you don't need them, there is a problem.
Why?
Because you cannot love God if you love money. It's in the Bible. If you love too much the money and you do everything for the money, when you have 10 million or 10 billion of dollars, so you want to keep having them.
Yeah,
You don't need them.
sure.
Yeah.
So, you have a house with more than one room. You don't need more than one room.
Well, no, it's the house that they build.
Right.
Give to
So
me.
that's the same idea here.
No, you
We're
don't
not.
understand. The love of the money, especially
Yeah,
that.
so well, again, we've been
So all
talking
it-
about all of this. If you focus on something about the dream, if you focus like on,
I think I have some clarity.
yeah,
So basically, a person who is loving money, again, is confused. They think that safety and happiness comes from money. Safety and happiness comes from who we really are. But that's not a problem.
yeah,
That's not a problem. Being confused is not a problem. Nothing's wrong with being confused. They'll stop being confused when it's time for them to stop being confused.
Yeah.
The money is not the problem. The belief in that they are separate from God is the problem. And if you correct things on the level of belief, if you correct this on the level of, oh, this person is believing themselves to be separate from God, and that is what is causing them to seek love and safety and happiness and all of these things
It's the
from the
same.
world or from money, right?
It's the same that I say before. You cannot love God and money in the same time. You understand? You cannot.
I see money as totally not real,
mm,
right?
No, it's a fantasy.
Exactly.
Mm.
So this whole comparison of loving money and loving God at the same time, right? It's understanding that to believe the lie that you're separate from God and to see clearly that you are one with God, you can't do them at the same time.
Mm.
But you could go in one moment, you could say, "Oh, I'm not feeling safe right now. I seem to be vulnerable body destined to die."
yeah,
And then in another moment, you could say, "Oh, I'm one with God."
yeah,
Right?
So this is not from me. I read this scripture
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the Bible, and that was Jesus that say that. But I don't know if it was.
well,
Sure. But it's coming from understanding the symbol, what money is, right?
Yeah.
So what this is actually saying is you can't seek love and safety in the world and receive the real love and safety from God at the same time.
yeah,
Because again, that's what the symbol of money is. Money is a symbol of safety or happiness or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
it's the same.
So it's saying basically you can't settle for this sad version of what you really want. You can't say, "Oh, I guess I'll have this sad version of what I really want and I can have what I really want at the same time."
right.
Right?
Like
You
the
have to
illusion and the truth at the same time.
Right. You have
Yeah.
to you have to decide
Mhm.
through seeing clearly, understanding the options, right? I don't want the sad, like bad, I want what I really want, right?
What is true?
But again, if we're confused, again, if we want the ocean,
Mm.
and we think, so what we really want is the whole ocean, right? However, we're confused and we think that water only comes out of a sink.
Mm.
We don't even know that the ocean exists Because all that we've been taught is that water comes out of a sink.
Yeah.
But deep down, we really, really want the ocean. And so every time we go to the sink, we're saying, please give me an ocean. Please give me an ocean, right? So when we apply this to money, we're looking at money and saying, oh, money equals safety. That's what everybody around me has taught me my whole life. Money equals safety.
Yeah, yeah, even from
What we
school.
really want is true safety coming from understanding that we are one with God, right? However, if I think that money gives me safety because that's what people want or that's what people taught me, I'm going to keep going to the money and saying, give me safety, please, give me safety. Just like a person who's confused and goes to the sink and says, please, give me an ocean. Give me an ocean. Give me what I really want. Does that make sense? So when we take things literally, right? Understanding when we take this idea of money literally and we say money is bad, as opposed to understanding what is money symbolizing, right? Money is symbolizing safety and happiness.
I don't say
Right?
it is bad, they say too much money.
Yeah, but that's the same thing.
You get-
Any money, too much money, there's no, yeah, yeah, but there's no such thing as more money or less money because it's all not real, right?
Well, yeah.
So what we're really recognizing is that putting your sense of safety in the hands of something in the world, such as any amount of money. Because I've put my idea of safety in the amount of money of $1,000, right?
No, but it's okay to have money saved, it's okay.
Sure, but
Perfect.
in my imagination, I said that $1,000 is going to make me safe.
Feel safe, yeah.
So that's the problem. The problem is not the money, it's not the amount of money, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's that I am saying any amount of money is giving me safety. No amount of money, whether it's $1,000 or 10 bajillion dollars, is going to make me safe. Right? However, I could convince myself, oh, $1,000 didn't make me safe, I just need more. Right? It doesn't matter. Right? Because again, I am putting this idea of safety into $1,000 or 10 bajillion dollars. So the amount of money does not matter. It's what power are you giving the money?
Yes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but you don't need the 10,000 billion of money in your life because you live 70, 80 years, so you don't need all the money.
Sure, but maybe they want to share it with people after they die. Maybe they want to give it to their family so their family can live an easy life. There are all sorts of reasons, but again, all of the reasons come from this idea that money gives you something that you want. Money's not going to give you anything that you want because what you really want is love and safety.
Yeah.
True love and safety. Unconditional love.
When we leave our body, you think we're going to be thinking about money? Exactly.
So again, it's no
It's a
problem.
distraction.
It's totally
It
neutral.
can be a distraction.
It's
but-
totally neutral, right? So when we look at this clearly, we say, oh, all those people who have a ton of money, perfect for them. That's perfect. That's exactly the amount of money that they should have.
They're learning something from it, yeah.
They're learning something from it. We're learning something from it. Look at this.
It's true.
Yeah, but where the
Sure.
money come from? Sometimes they come from bad source.
Nope, impossible. Everything is perfect.
Mama, if it's allowed, God allows it, and everything is perfect the way it is.
And it's okay because we just bring
Yeah, I think that.
Allows existence.
Yeah.
It's perfect the way it's existing.
We just bring gentle correction to this. We're not trying to convince you of this all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Just remember this scripture
Yeah.
that was in the Bible, is in the Bible. It was Jesus say that.
Yeah.
The
But
love
again-
of the money cause every
All sorts of pains.
the
yeah,
pain.
yeah.
Right. But again, what we're recognizing is we're bringing this to a next stage of truth.
Yeah.
We don't want to be taking any story too literally. Does that make sense? So basically, when we take it very seriously, Jesus is saying money is the cause of pain, right?
No money, the
Love
love.
of money.
Sure.
Yeah.
The love of
Money-
money is the cause of pain.
Because you need that.
Money is
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah.
It's neither good nor bad, right?
It's necessary.
But when we understand that love is or that money is a symbol, what Jesus is trying to say is that money is a symbol, right? The love of what is not real is the cause of pain, right? When you are loving what is not real, what is not based in truth, what is not actually meaningful and of value, right? That is what is causing you pain.
Yeah.
You love your illusion more than you love God. That is the cause of pain. So it has nothing to do with money,
You get it.
is what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
money, even when Jesus is saying it, money is a symbol,
Yes.
right? And we can look at the symbol to understand the deeper truth. I love that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a great point.
It's a scripture. I don't know if they changed in the century, but I don't think so because.
No.
It's a good
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
Even in the
because-
Bible, they ask them like, who do we like this money? Do we give it to Caesar? Do we give it to you? So it's been brought up different times for learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And really we're at a different stage of learning now than they were at the time the Bible was written. That's what we're really understanding. We've done a lot of evolution, we've done a lot of spiritual understanding, right? We've done a lot of conversations with God, a lot of miracles, a lot of abolishing time since the Bible was written.
Yeah.
We're at a different level of learning than the people were at the time the Bible was written,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We are the same human. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we're closer to our true selves. Again, the Bible helped us for a period of time. Now it seems to be A Course in Miracles or any of the other universal courses of love.
Yeah.
Right? However, we seem to be removing our blocks to the awareness of love. Right? More and more every single day. Every single day. Oh, I love you, Jenny. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I love you.
You're strong.
Nello spirito. Se tu pensi che noi siamo spirito.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
What?
Nello spirito non ci interessano i soldi, non ci interessa niente di questo. Quindi ogni volta che
Thank you all for watching. We'll tune in next Thursday at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live and here in person at White River Junction Studio 5 in the Main Street Museum. Ta-ta for now.
You done?
Yeah, we're done.